Who would have thought a balcony could cause such a blow-up? For Nick and Sula, their decision to upgrade a deck has left them on the brink of bankruptcy.
Justice has failed us. That's what I can see.
It's a balcony that's busted up lives,
The pain, anguish.
sparking an all-out body corporate war.
Where does it stop?
It's called Malibu and should be an idyllic paradise with its stunning views on Gold Coast's mermaid waters. But of the 50,000 community title schemes in the state, this little 8-unit complex has made the top 3 for body corporate disputes. Many of them relate to Nick and Sula Hronis' apartment, purchased with an inheritance when her parents died.
Like I often say to Nick, maybe it's like a curse. They were really good parents. But I don't know, like it turned out this way.
At the core of the problem was their decision 5 years ago to upgrade this small patio and balcony to this much larger one, built with what Nick thought were all the approvals ever needed.
When I built that balcony, I had approval from the body corporate, from the previous owner. I had approval from this Gold Coast City Council. I had approval from a building certifier. I had approval from a structural engineer. I had approval for all the works.
Some of those claims are in dispute, and a long-running legal battle eventually found the balcony was illegally encroaching onto common property, even though similar-sized patios remain in place on other units in the complex. In June 2021, a magistrate ordered Nick's structure be removed and appointed an administrator to oversee that process, who provided a preliminary costs estimate before getting a quote for the works.
We consider an appropriate amount to begin and substantially progress the administration, if not complete it, would be $16,000.
Nick Hronis paid that $16,000 within 6 weeks of the order being made.
We don't want this on our heads anymore. We're finished. We've paid our $16,000. We paid our barrister, which was another $6,000. We don't want any more of that. It's finished.
But it wasn't. Once a quote was obtained from a licensed builder, the cost of the works blew out to $100,000. The administrator has told a court that Nick and Sula have displayed persistent and pervasive recalcitrance in accepting the works needed to be done. The administrator also charges a regular lawyer rate of $495 per hour for every phone call taken or email sent, making any further disputes or queries raised extremely costly. While there's no suggestion the administrator did anything wrong, with interest added, the bill has now ballooned to $267,000 just to the administrator, with a court ordering an additional $52,000 be paid to the other party's lawyers.
She went ahead and said, oh, they can pay another $50,000 on top of the $300 and so. Yeah, pay another $50,000, no problem. Now, if this is justice, well, we're living in a banana republic. It's as simple as that.
Nick and Sula have engaged 5 different lawyers along the way, taking out a mortgage to pay their own legal fees, leaving them with a total bill of $500,000 over that balcony. Sula says they would never have pursued the matter if they expected it to cost even a tenth of that.
I would have to be stupid, absolutely out of my mind to throw away such money and be like $500,000 in debt.
What are your financial options at the moment?
Well, there's no financial options. They can bankrupt us and take our home and kick us out for work that they have not done.
In 18 months of ongoing delays and disputes, the administrator was not able to remove the illegal balcony, so earlier this year, Nick stepped outside the proper process and had it taken down himself at his own cost of $3,500. Some of it is still sitting in his rear courtyard. A new dispute has now emerged over whether it was done correctly without causing structural problems to the building.
But I've also found out that there's no justice system. There is a legal system because we're getting the bills from them.
Nick filmed this video showing how far some of the other units' patios extend onto common property.
Look what we've got here, less than half a metre.
Some of them also have removal orders, which the body corporate is choosing not to enforce.
They're all encroaching, and they found a way how to get their encroachments legalised.
Why can't I be left alone with this little balcony? And I have to continue stacking up more and more till they totally throw us out. Why?
Well, I think it's a terrible situation for Nick and Sula.
Local MP Ray Stevens says he's shocked at how badly this body corporate war has turned out for Nick and Sula Hronis.
The removal of a patio has ended up into the hundreds of thousands of dollars in costs through the court system, which is basically unfair and unjust.
The chairperson of the Malibu Body Corporate declined our request for an on-camera interview, but denies anything unfair or unjust has occurred, telling us by phone,
"The only one who has not complied with the law is Mr. Hronis. Every other owner has complied with the law."
A spokesperson for the Queensland Body Corporate Commissioner says it cannot intervene in or comment on individual disputes, and its office is not responsible for enforcing orders made by adjudicators. Greek-born Nick Hronis has called Australia home since he was 7, but says this case has destroyed some of his core beliefs.
That Australia, if you're in the right, you will find justice. And that has gone. I've thrown it out like I've demolished our balcony.
What a mess, hey? And a Strata expert told us the only winners in this case, the lawyers. Hard to disagree with that.